So I'm in the middle of just clearing HHR stuff, parts around, moving them, and I'm gonna store some parts in the shed. So I go and I'm going to clean out the shed, make some room, clearing. There's two old bikes back there that I used to ride. Haven't rode them in years, and they're both pretty well totaled. Like their times have passed, but I just kind of want to make this video because this bike, there's really nothing special about it. The derailleur's fucked on it. It used to have both of these gnarly tires, and I loved it. And then this carbon, but that tire was like brand new when that happened, and yeah, that was this whole thing. But this one, that bike, doesn't really matter. But however, this one. This one's a story. So I built this. I don't even know how. Grade 8, I think. I think grade 8. So we'll just start over here. The base bike is obviously this 18-speed Huffy. Now, you notice there's basically two sets of forks that I cut up and put together to extend, and then this is a little tire off a kid's bike, these two extensions, and a ski that this used to, oh yeah, it pivots. So it's got a ski on the front with a little tire, because originally it didn't even have the tire. The ski just went straight on, and the tire was added after because this didn't slide very nicely and made it virtually impossible to ride. So I put the tire on, which is very flat, as with all of them. So that part worked all right. If I remember right, the forks were a little, yeah. To get the rear end more suspension, I extended the shock for the rear to put this down more. And, this chain's messed up because what the actual demise of this bike was, it toasted the derailleur. You see, it's hard to tell. This is bent as hell in here, and this front gear is broken in half. This was the track for it that went around them. I had this bar built. This was added as a revision because this would kind of point up, and then I just have this on the ground and that in the air. That butt tire came off a scooter. You notice this is a very small tire that looks a lot like that tire, but it's got this massive sprocket on it. So the original tire from this bike I took apart and spoked in the hub into this tire, which actually worked. Granted, this was like 11-year-old me. The hub is completely destroyed. Apparently I stole the nuts off this back tire at some point. I had a buddy whose parents owned a shop that cut steel have these cut for me. This track is built from the original tire from this bike with just screws all throughout it as traction, which did nothing. They laid over. So yeah, and basically I was riding in mud one day, the track came off, destroyed the derailleur, and that was the end of this. It lasted, I think, 3 or 4 months. Can't remember. I rode it part of a winter and got into spring, and the mud killed it. But yeah, that's the track bike I built in my youth here. I just wanted to make a quick video about that while I'm looking at it, because I'm sending it to scrap. It is pretty much scrap. There's no value in it. Sentimental, but I can have the video for sentiment. It's going to go on YouTube, and then I can look at it when I want, or if I ever look back, because I don't need that chunk of scrap metal to do that. I used to mess with bikes a lot. I had another bike I built, got it as like pretty much total loss. It was this some super cycle cheapo bike, and I tore it all apart, painted it, fixed it all up, and rode that for a year until eventually I broke a pedal, and the bearings and the wheels were so far gone. But yeah, no, there's my creation. Short video, but I thought it was interesting, and I thought I'd post it. Oh, whole lot going on in here. No more black car. Yellow car's there. It's coming in here. Yeah, there's that.